It's good to be home.
Can you kind of recap just your overall feelings of how that went?
Yeah, I mean, I think we knew what we were headed into, which was a little bit of a political situation, and each of the mayors going in had a story to tell. I was very proud that Boston has been a beacon for everyone in terms of safety, in terms of progress, in terms of the accomplishments, and how many of our community members have been involved in making our city who we are. So I was very glad to get the chance to share all of that and to have the opportunity for the rest of the country to learn a little bit more about us. I mean, we are on solid ground. The city follows city, state, and federal laws. We follow all Supreme Court precedent and local court precedents. We are very clear about doing right by not only the people of Boston, but also being in a nation of laws and in a democratic government. I think, at times you could see that it really felt like people's minds were made up and that this was a political situation. But at the same time, Congress holds a lot of power, and a congressional investigation is a very serious matter that we prepared for seriously and that we're still following up on to make sure that the committee has all the documents that they're interested in and we can provide accurate information, especially in the cases where there's a lot of misinformation floating around.
A spokesperson for your office did say that the prep for this will likely cost $650,000. Is that still the number that you'll be paying to that law firm? Where is that money coming from? Is it from the mayor's budget? What would that money have gone towards, if not for having to prep for this?
Yeah, so there is there's a set of funds that are set aside for legal purposes in the city budget each year. I truly wish we did not have to make this expenditure. The lawyers we worked with were incredibly professional, did a great job, and are still supporting the city because the overall work is not just to take very seriously the situation of being sworn in under oath to talk about policies and procedures and laws of the city of Boston, but also all of the document production, all of the follow-up, all of the specific information requests that the committee also made that we're still continuing to follow through on afterwards. I was in DC standing up for our city. I came back home as soon as I possibly could to get back to work. I know Boston inside out. I love our residents. I love our community groups. I love fighting alongside Boston on all the issues. And so, I love our skyline too.
All right, last question.
So now the Small Business Administration is looking to leave these major cities, including Boston. What's your reaction and the impact it will have in this area?
Yeah, I know across the public and the private sector there are lots of real estate considerations that are being made all the time about what the budget is and where funds are coming from for the prices of rents in different spaces. Having the federal government in our city and having those jobs, having that activity has been a huge benefit for Boston, and we would urge that some of the buzz around federal buildings being sold off as well is very concerning. I think using matters like this as another threat for cities is quite unfortunate. We're going to do everything that we can to make sure that residents continue to get the services that they need and deserve from the city, but also from the federal government, and we're going to follow this very closely. I very much hope that we can get to a point where, even with this federal administration, their focus on actually doing what they were charged to do, which was take care of people and not play politics.
Can I just ask, what do you think the real purpose of Wednesday was? It was a formality for Republicans in Congress to do what after?
You'd have to ask them.